Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Yana and this is The Scented. We usually talk about fragrances, sometimes beauty, sometimes lifestyle. So if that's your vibe, then just shimmy on down and hit that subscribe button and become a friend of the show. And in today's video, we are talking about fragrances that I find absolutely intoxicating, and they leave a gorgeous trail that will turn heads guaranteed. Some of the fragrances here are geared towards a romantic scenario, while others are just ones that I find absolutely intoxicating, that are just such excellent scents that make my eyes roll to the back of my head when I smell them, and they are unique and they are captivating, head-turning fragrances that do get you noticed and do leave a nice trail, whether or not in a romantic fashion. So yeah, I am wearing my glasses today, as you guys noticed, because my eyes are very tired. I have been reading all day and I've been on the computer studying all day. So I'm gonna let my eyes have a little break. Plus, I think they look super cute and I'm going for that like seductive librarian vibe, as it were. So without further ado, let's get into these fragrances. The very first fragrance that I want to mention is Narciso Rouge. I absolutely love this, and it took me a little while to really love, but I kept coming back to it because something about this fragrance was so captivating, and it's a really beautiful, sensual musk fragrance. This has really soft iris and rose, but mostly it's about the musk, and there's a little bit of sweetness. This fragrance is like a little bit more of a sensual version of Narciso Poudre. If you like that one, I think you could come around to this one, and I absolutely love it now. The very first time when I wore this fragrance was when I went on vacation to the West Coast, and I had just had a little sample from Sephora at the time, and I wore it as the going out sexy evening fragrance, and it just stuck for me. Every time I smell this, I feel lavish and extravagant and feminine, elegant, dressed up and going out and enjoying a beautiful fancy dinner and wearing like a nice satin dress. This is what I see with this fragrance, is like a beautiful like knee-length satin dress, classy pointy toe pumps, and red lipstick, just looking absolutely stunning. This fragrance leaves such a nice trail. It's a very soft, sweet, musky fragrance. It makes you want to catch it more. Like, what is that? What is that special smell? That's what this fragrance does. The more I smell it, the more I love it. So I definitely recommend Narciso Rouge. That and the Poudre are my two favorite ones from the square bottles from Narciso. The next fragrance is from Nishani, and this is 100 Silent Ways. This one I purchased on fragrancebuy.ca. They have actually really good prices for Nishani fragrances, considering they're a really high-end niche. And this one is like a soft, marshmallowy, light, airy floral. It's sweet, vanillic. It plays in the air. It kind of dances around lightly. It's a very airy, beautiful fragrance. It's one that took me a little while to actually warm up to, but again, like with the Narciso, I had to keep coming back to it and smelling it, and at first I didn't quite get it, but that's why it's important, especially with some niche fragrances, to test them out several times to really figure it out. And if there's a reason that you keep coming back to it, then that's a good sign. And that's what the situation was for me with 100 Silent Ways. It's a very soft, airy, almost like, if you can think of the most delicate, thin sugar like encrustment, like think of a peach with a very fragile sugar coating on it. It smells fragile and light and airy and a little peachy. There's really nice florals in here as well. This leaves such a beautiful trail. This is actually a really captivating fragrance, very feminine, a little bit of tuberose. It is a little bit sweet leaning, so for the sweet lovers, I definitely recommend this. I think it's such a beautiful fragrance. The next fragrance is a designer fragrance, and this is from Viktor and Rolf, and this is Flower Bomb Midnight. I needed to get the full bottle. I had the little 7 or 7.5 ml that I got as a points perk at Sephora, and I fell in love immediately. This was a fragrance that I smelled, and not like the other two, this one, immediate love. This one opens up with a powdery, fruity scent. You get a lot of pomegranate, there's some blackcurrant, and there is musk in the base, very similar to a Narciso Rodriguez musk, which I love. So if you can imagine Narciso Rodriguez for her, either in the black bottle or the pink, that sort of musk, but with sweet berries and pomegranate and jasmine and some florals, like this is everything. Like this is such a good flower bomb flanker, and as it dries down, it becomes such sexy musk scent. I get decent longevity out of this. I do get a decent like 8 hours out of it, so I'm happy with the longevity. I'm obsessed with this scent. It is just the perfect like sugary, fruity edge on a musk, like a sexy, seductive musk. So this is definitely worth checking out, and that is Flower Bomb Midnight. The next fragrance was another love at first sniff, and this is quickly becoming one of my absolute favorites, and this is Ylang Gold from M. Micallef. What a beautiful bottle. First of all, can we please look at this bottle? I love this jewel encrustment and just the attention to detail and the artistic touches that went into this bottle, as well as this like gold shimmer in the bottle. Such a lovely touch. This fragrance was a love at first sniff for me. It is such a stunning vanilla-based fragrance, but it's custardy, it's creamy, custardy, and in that opening is like this yummy, creamy, banana-esque note. So there's tropical flowers in here, but the way that my nose is perceiving this is like, if you think of like a creamy banana custard, the most delectable, expensive vanilla banana custard, that is what this smells like. It is absolutely stunning. There's nothing not to like about this. It is a pricey one for sure, but it is worth every penny, and I find that if I spray it like 8 to 10 times, if I spray it 8 to 10 times, it lasts me all day. I have been wearing this for 3 or 4 days straight to work, and every day that I've worn this, I have got comments and compliments and people asking me, what am I wearing and how interesting it is, and what is that scent, and is that one of your fancy ones, and comments like that. And it is absolutely intoxicating. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. I can't say enough good things about it. So if you guys do want to check out Ylang Gold from M. Micallef, you can use my code YANA10 and it'll give you 10% off your order. I really recommend this. I think it is, out of blind buys of niche fragrances, definitely a safe one. And with that one, the more you spray, the better. See, even Peppy likes it. This is your favorite, right? The next one is a crowd-pleasing, very sexy fragrance, and this is, of course, Paco Rabanne Olympia, the original Olympia. This is a really beautiful, salty, jasmine, caramel-esque fragrance. That saltiness is like sexy, sun-kissed skin. This one, men love. This leaves such a gorgeous trail. This one is probably, of all the ones that I'm mentioning so far, at least, one of the most projecting fragrances. This has a large sillage. This really does turn heads. It's a really, really pretty fragrance. It is very popular, but it is very, very lovable. This one I wouldn't overspray because it is quite strong. It is very long lasting and powerful. So with this one, I would stick to probably about 4 or 5 sprays, honestly, and it does leave a beautiful head turning trail. The next fragrance is a niche fragrance, well, a luxury designer fragrance, I suppose, and it's called Jasmines Marzipan from Maison Lancôme. This one is very often sold out, but it is such a beautiful fragrance. It is a very sweet, yummy, like aromatic jasmine with almond wood. So there's a woody base. It's very, very sweet. It's not quite like marzipan, like the almond paste. It doesn't have any pastiness to it at all. It's sugary sweet. Almost like if you put jasmine into condensed milk. It kind of smells like that. Not the dolce de leche, just condensed milk. I don't know why. That's what comes to mind. That sort of sweetness. And it leaves a beautiful scent bubble around you. This does get a lot of attention. It is such a stunning, stunning fragrance, as is the bottle. Look at this laser cut etching. Like, It's so pretty. Magnetic cap. They really went all out with this line. This is my favorite from the Maison Lancôme line. I really enjoy it and I really recommend it. This is a very intoxicating, beautiful fragrance. The next one I was debating on including, but I decided I would, even though I've talked about this fragrance quite a bit. I do think that it's quite a head turner, and it is Mon Guerlain. I have the original one, but in the limited edition gold bottle. I also have the Bloom of Rose EDT. For me personally, the EDT works wonders. I know a lot of you guys have purchased this on my recommendation and have really enjoyed it, but I know also a lot of you do prefer the original, so I'm sticking both of them in here. This is a beautiful, timeless, very lovable vanilla lavender fragrance. It will get you noticed. For me, I like the rose one. It works well on my skin. It does get me a lot of compliments. It does get me noticed. It is a head turner, absolutely. So I guess go for the one that works best on your skin. Every fragrance needs to be tried on the skin. I love them all. I have all of the Mon Guerlains. I have compared all of them and they're all extremely good. So just find the one that works best for you and it will be a head turner. The next one is less on the sexy side and more just a very unique, captivating fragrance, and this is from Byredo, and this is Bal d'Afrique. This is one of my absolute favorite fragrances in the world. This has a very sweet vetiver, it has amber, it has cedar in the base, and it has this beautiful African marigold. This fragrance, as I've mentioned before, it smells like the color orange to me, like a sweet, soft, velvety orange. It's a very playful, very bright, beautiful fragrance. This also, every time that I wear it, gets me noticed. Even my mom, who, as I've mentioned before, hates every single fragrance that I own, loves Bal d'Afrique. So does my sister. This is a very, very likable, but at the same time, extremely unique scent profile. There's really nothing quite like this. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites in the world. It's one that I can't stop smelling. I have the lotion and the hand cream, and I put it on my hands all the time, and I can't like remove my hand from my face when I have that lotion on. It's intoxicating, absolutely. We're down to the last few. So this is, of course, Yves Saint Laurent Libre Intense. Libre Intense is a more vanilla dense, boozier, richer, sweeter version of Libre, which I also enjoy, but it's more of a casual everyday scent for me. It's quite clean, whereas this one is a little bit more of a head turner, a little bit more risque, a little bit more sexy. And I think that this would be such a perfect romantic date night scent. It's very likable. It is also very unique. I think it's one of the best designer releases in the recent past. So yeah, it's a total head turner. It leaves a beautiful trail, leaves a huge, huge scent bubble, and it will get you noticed. The next fragrance is probably one of the more expensive of the bunch, and that is why I have only this teeny tiny little guy that I'm using so sparingly. And this is from the brand Ex Nihilo, and it's called Fleur Narcotics. Fleur Narcotics. It's narcotic. It is intoxicating. It's right in the name, and it's exactly that. I'll spray it on the paper for you guys. There is a beautiful musk note in here along with moss. It's a really interesting combination. Lychee, peony, lots of different florals. It's really interesting. It has a certain edge to it. It's almost like a flower that's at the end of its life cycle before it starts to wilt. It's not wilting yet, but it's at its most, I guess, ripe. Is that the word you would use for a flower? But airy, musky, sexy, very captivating, very intoxicating. I want to keep smelling this. This is one of those fragrances I can't stop smelling, and it's also very unique. Everything is perfectly balanced. It interconnects perfectly, and since I only have this little guy, I also have a fragrance oil because you guys know I'm a huge fan of fragrance oils. This is from Oil Perfumery. I have a promo code for this as well. I'm gonna link all my promo codes in the description, and since I have them side by side, it smells right on. It smells absolutely right on. I just got this one I will be reaching for this because I've been saving this one. I've been using it ever so sparingly, and now I guess I don't have to since I have the oil, and eventually I will get a full bottle of Fleur Narcotics, but for now, the oil will hold me over. So I do definitely recommend you guys at least give that one a try. And I do have a couple honorable mentions. They're honorable mentions because a lot of you guys already know about these two fragrances, and they're nothing new, but they are still intoxicating, head-turning fragrances. Alien from Mugler. Did I ever do a video and not talk a bit about Alien? I'm not sure. But yes, beautiful jasmine fragrance. Not for everyone, but for those who love it, it is mind-blowing. The next one is from Dior, and this is Pure Poison, and this is a very beautiful, clean white floral. Again, most of you guys have already heard of this fragrance, tried it, are familiar with it, so these two are only honorable mentions, but still very, very good fragrances. So those are all of my recommendations for very intoxicating fragrances that leave a beautiful trail that will turn heads. Let me know what your recommendations are. Leave a comment down below, and I will probably end up getting this fragrance. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you guys haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you guys never miss a video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.